Welcome to another episode of OG55. We are back doing videos. We are actually today talking all about downtown Disney. George and I were able to check out that new Parkside market at downtown Disney. We had lunch there. We're going to talk about where we ate and how good or bad it was. Up next on OG54. Welcome aboard, everybody, to another episode of OG55. We're talking all about downtown Disney, more specifically that brand new Parkside Market. We had lunch at Soul Sister, this new Korean place that opened up. I actually had it with George, and I actually went back the next day and had it again. But we'll talk about how good or bad it was. Before we do, George, welcome back, sir. Where can everybody find you on social media?
Absolutely, and I'm glad to be back and doing our thing. And so if you'd like to find me on social media, you could do so on X, formerly known as Twitter, at Disney George. You could also find me on Instagram, Threads, and Blue Sky under the Disney Italiano. And of course, you can find me right here on my home base on Orange Grove 55 with Citrus Corner, with all that sweet, juicy, but sometimes sticky Disney news and info.
There we go. Okay, so this Parkside Market opened pretty recently. Great new addition, I think, overall to downtown Disney. I think aesthetically it looks really cool. It has that mid-century kind of vibe going on. George, myself, his now fiance, right?
Mm-hmm.
Abigail, and our good friend who, I don't know if I didn't ask him, so I'm not going to say his name. But
Mutual friend
was also with us. So it was the four of us. We had a great lunch. First time eating at Seoul Sister, which is a Korean place at the new Parkside Market at downtown Disney. I'm going to give you all a little synopsis as to what kind of food they have here, kind of what they're all about. And then we're going to dive in to what we got and how good or bad it was. Seoul Sister is a fast, casual, modern eatery that will serve a Korean-forward menu based on bibimbap. I can never pronounce that. Korean rice bowls with a California twist. Executive chef Kelly Kim will showcase bold Korean flavors through marinated meats, colorful vegetables, and savory sauces over rice, noodles, or salad, plus appetizers, an Asian-inspired kids menu, and handcrafted drinks. Did they say vegetables?
Woke up looking for the broccoli.
There we go. There we go. Veggies. Okay. So, George, I'll start with you and Abby. Okay, so you and Abby, what did you guys get at Soul Sister?
So we both got one of the signature bowls. However, I got the pork belly, and you could either choose between rice and noodles. I chose the noodles, which they're more of like, I guess you guys call them out here like the glass noodles. They're more of like translucent noodles. I'm starting to try to pick up the Cali ways, you know. And it also comes like with a mix of vegetables and what have you. Abby got the beef and egg, but she got hers with rice because all Filipinos love rice, you know.
They love rice. They love rice. So George, with yours, a pork belly, right? Crispy pork belly, carrots, snow peas, pickled ginger, and apricot ginger sauce. You didn't make any changes to that, right? You got yours the way it came?
Correct. Yeah.
Okay. Overall, yay, nay. Where do you stand, brother?
Overall, it was pretty good. The pork belly, it did have a crispiness to it, but it was very very juicy, very tender. It was a good bowl. Like as far as like portion wise, I mean, I still had some left over, but it definitely did the trick. I wouldn't say I absolutely loved it. But it did its job. You know, it was really good. I do want to try some more things on the menu, and also too for the price. I think it wasn't really that bad. I think all the prices here it was pretty well decent. However, I do want to try. Our mutual friend was talking about there's an $18 chicken sandwich that's not here, but it's like part of the building that that a lot of people have been saying, even though it's at $18, but they said that chicken sandwich was really good. So, but just speaking of what we had lunch here, It was really good. I definitely give it a thumbs up.
Yeah. Now, do you think? I thought, okay. Now this is my opinion. The bowls were at a decent size, I guess. They're pretty
Mhm.
decent. I don't know. I kind of felt it was a little on the pricey side for
Really?
20.
Okay.
I don't know, 18 to 20 bucks for kind of like I don't know. I thought it was a little on the pricey side, but I mean, not crazy expensive, but just
The
for a
reason
beef
why I
bowl.
say that is because we do have some things over on the East Coast, but they're actually the same amount of size, but they're actually more expensive.
Really? That's
Which I was
interesting.
really surprised. Yeah,
That's interesting. Okay. So overall, you enjoyed it. You'd go back?
I would definitely go back.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, well, let's start with Abby, then we'll get to me. Abby had the beef and egg, right?
Mhm.
She replaced hers with rice.
Right.
How did she like hers? Did she tell you if she
She
enjoyed
did. She told me she liked it. We both were kind of in the same boat where it was like it did its job. We really liked it, but it wasn't like the most spectacular thing that you could have. I think like if you're trying to find something quick on the go, but something that's very good taste wise, you know, you're in downtown Disney. Yeah, I definitely recommend it. And she also recommended it as well.
Yeah, the thing I like about this place is it offers something unique to like that theme park experience. Because all too often with theme parks, it's a lot of like hamburgers and fried chicken and like stuff like that. I like the fact that now we can get like a little bit of Korean food over at Disney. That's pretty cool. I would have preferred personally to get like a Korean barbecue place. I mean, that would have been amazing. I mean, I'm telling you, if Disney puts a Korean barbecue place in downtown Disney, they would make a mint on that. I mean, that would be huge. People love Korean barbecue out here in California. It would be a massive hit. But yeah, I thought this was good. I mean, I got this beef bowl, the signature beef bowl. It's bulgogi beef, kimchi, green onions, garlic, soy sauce. Okay. Now, one of my sticking points here, okay, is that I don't like seafood. I just, for some reason, I don't like it. I don't like the way it smells. I don't like the taste. I'm not into it. It doesn't matter if it's like fish or even like crab. I don't like seafood at all. Really,
That's why they
anything.
have Vagisil.
Yeah, right, exactly. But I just don't want. I don't know. It's that ocean like taste or whatever. I'm just not into
A
it.
lot of people don't, believe it or not. I've been bumping into a lot of people that just don't care for the smell, the taste, the texture of seafood.
They don't, exactly. And that's kind of where I'm at with it. And one of my big concerns with this was kimchi. Okay. Now, I love Korean food and I love kimchi. But the problem with kimchi, and if you don't like seafood or if you're allergic, you really have to pay attention to this. When you buy kimchi at the supermarket, right? You have to be very careful because sometimes they'll put anchovies in there.
Mm.
Some of them do, some of them don't. I'm not allergic, but I learned that like after the fact. I was just going to I'd go to like H Mart or like Galleria, these Korean supermarkets, and I would buy kimchi because I enjoy it. It's really good for you too. It's good for your gut health. Um, but I love it. But the thing is that I found out later that a lot of it has anchovies in it, and I'm like,
Could
oh
you tell
man,
the difference?
no. But now that I know,
But now that you know subconsciously, yeah.
it's in there. You know what I'm saying? It messes with me. But they don't always put anchovies. So depending on the brand, sometimes if you check the label, sometimes it'll have it, sometimes it won't. So when I ordered it, I asked them, I'm like, does the kimchi have the anchovy stuff in it? Right? She comes back. She asks the chef or the meal prep. Comes back and she goes, no, it's vegan. So I'm like, whoa, okay. This place was like tailor made for OG. You know what I'm saying? It's amazing. I love Korean food, and they even do the kimchi the way I like it. So that was perfect. I really, really liked it. I thought it was really, really good. I thought it was a decent sized bowl. It wasn't like a huge amount. With a lot of these bowls, they tend to like really pack in the rice and stuff. And the meat isn't so much in abundance with a lot of stuff. That was a little bit of a thing here, but not terrible. It was definitely a good meal though. It filled me up. I had no problem. I wasn't hungry afterwards. Yeah, I would definitely come back to this place. It was awesome. And they got a lot of other cool stuff in here. I mean, you can get Korean Yuja lemonade, matcha iced tea. I mean, they even have seaweed snacks. If you're into that, I'm not. I'm not into the seafood stuff, but if you're into seaweed, they got that. They got dumplings, which is interesting, and even stuff for kids menu. They got a mini chicken bowl, mini beef bowl. They got rice bowls. There you go for Abby, right there, rice bowl.
Yeah, she
There
loves
you
her
go.
rice.
She loves rice. So yeah, I really enjoy this place.
Well, I
Go
actually
ahead.
wanted to touch upon something you said before when you were mentioning, a lot of theme park food is like hamburgers, fries and stuff like that, which is very true. Like a lot of times, if you're looking for something quick on the go and you're in the theme parks, it's like no matter where you go, whether it's Galactic Grill or uh, uh,
Like flows or
yeah, exactly, or um, I guess maybe you can kind of even say like Pim's Test Kitchen to a certain point. It's
right.
like it's the same kind of food, but it's prepared in somewhat of a different way, and that's why I really appreciate the San Francisco area because you can get a lot of different kind of uh, Asian international like branded foods.
Yeah, yeah, and you can even get Mexican food over there. There's a lot of variety. I like that. Yeah, and that's a cool thing with Disney, and I think even Universal is dipping into this too, which I appreciate. Is just the different kinds of foods from different cultures that you necessarily wouldn't have seen in a theme park space 20 years ago. It's really kind of cool to see. So now overall, George, in terms of like, because now this whole building isn't just Soul Sister.
Right.
There's a lot of various. They have Sip and Sonder, I believe. It's like a coffee kind of spot, and other stuff in there. We didn't touch any of the other places, which I plan on doing eventually. But I mean, overall, what do you think about the building, the aesthetics, the overall layout, and just the overall experience with the building itself?
As far as the building itself, like you could even tell like on the menu that it shows, I love the color scheme to it. It kind of gives off for a lot of people who haven't stayed at Cabana Bay down at Universal Orlando, it has those kind of like color schemes, like with the greens and the oranges, kind of has like that retro style, sort of like the style of how Fantastic Four is going to be. I like that kind of style. And
Mid-century.
the building itself is really cool. I do want to try some of the other stuff that offers in there, as I mentioned earlier. That $18 chicken sandwich, I know that's now that to me is kind of on the pricey side. $18 just for a chicken sandwich, like no sides, no drink. It's $18 just for the sandwich. But our mutual friend has been saying that a lot of people have been raving over it.
Yeah, I think he even said, didn't Mondo like it from Five Fires?
I believe so. I think Mondo tried it.
I think
Yeah.
I think he did. I didn't see that video, but our friend was saying that he was watching Mondo, and Mondo was like, "Okay, it's pretty good." I gotta check out Mondo's video on that. I haven't seen it yet, but yeah, I like what they did with this area. Like before, it was just a giant AMC theater, and they took that giant theater, and now you have the grassy knoll where kids and families can kind of play on, which is great, and families make use of that grassy area. You know what I'm saying? They really do. You got that. You got Din Tai Fung, which you and Abby experienced. Maybe we can dip into that for a second too in a minute.
Yeah.
Din Tai Fung is over there. We got the stage now for performances, a permanent stage. We got this new. Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, really quick. And you mentioned the grassy area. That's where we held our very first Orange Grove 55 meetup over by the picnic tables.
Exactly, right over there. We got this new Parkside Market with Soul Sister, and I think there's another place called Gigi, if I'm not mistaken. Shout out to our friend Gigi Tomomi, by the way. You know what I'm saying? She's awesome. And what else? Sip and Sonder. So they took AMC, that plot of land, and they reimagined it to a multi-use thing. Where before it was just a movie theater. Now you have picnic area, multiple eateries, coffee place, places to chill, listen to music. I think that's pretty cool. You know what I'm saying? I thought it was a really smart use of space, especially right now. I think the theater going experience, obviously movies are still making money. They're doing, we see Moana 2 and Inside Out. Movies are making money, but the theater experience isn't what it was a decade ago. We got to be honest. With streaming and stuff like that coming into the fold, where you can watch movies on your phone and stuff like that. So I think having a theater in downtown Disney, I don't really find that super necessary. Have a little bit more of these, maybe have more unique experiences, places where you can eat, places where you can have some
Not to
entertainment.
mention, there's a theater right in Garden Walk. That's not even that far away.
Exactly. So this makes a lot more sense, and I don't know. I really, really like it. Anything on the radar right now that you're going to check out the next time you go? Because you already tried Soul Sister. So anything else you want to try, that coffee shop, or what's on the agenda?
I wouldn't mind trying the coffee shop. Actually, since I've been a California local, I've been getting into like the boba teas and drinking a lot more Starbucks. So I'm kind of like getting that Cali. I'm getting calified.
You're pivoting, George.
I'ma let you pivot.
You're pivoting. You're pivoting from PA to CA, but
Yes.
but yeah, no, boba's awesome. We have so many boba places out here in California. It's crazy. Like, it's absolutely crazy. But yeah, overall, I give Soul Sister really good marks. If you have not been to it yet in downtown Disney, check it out. I think most people will really enjoy it. It was a good experience. So
I think if I was to rate it like 1 out of 5 stars, I'd give it a 3.
okay. All right. Yeah, I'm not too far from that. Maybe a little higher. I'd maybe go like a 3.75. It's definitely not, it's not 5 out of 5. That's for sure. I'm not going to be unrealistic here. I don't even know if it's a 4, but it's good. Yeah, like a high 3, almost a 4, maybe, It's like right there. But yeah, I will definitely be back. Awesome location, awesome aesthetics and ambiance and vibe. Oh, I wanted to say this too. These employees that work at Soul Sister, I'm assuming are not Disney cast members. I'm assuming they're employed by Soul Sister. Do you know that?
I believe so. Yeah, I think a lot of the downtown Disney area, like depending on the
vendor,
usually employed through them. Yeah,
I will say this. I've only had one experience with one of their employees, but it was 2 times. Okay. So this gentleman rang me up the first time on Saturday. And then I was actually in Anaheim all weekend because of the LA fires. So we had to evacuate. So we stayed at the Westin across the street, and I was at Disney that whole weekend. Like, I wasn't even planning on it. It was just because of the fire. So I went with George and our friends on Saturday, and on Sunday I was at the park again. And I went to Soul Sister again. And I got the same, employee that rang me up both times on Saturday and Sunday. And this gentleman, A+. Man, I wish I could remember his name. I think it was Danny. I'm not 100% sure though on that. I do apologize. I wish I could remember his name. He was amazing, man. I mean, he was super friendly. He did recommend the lemonade. Wait, hold on. Because he recommended this twice to me. He recommended right here, the Korean Yuja lemonade. He recommended this to me twice, and I didn't take it. I just got a regular soda both times.
So we might have to try that.
Yes, he told me the second time too. He's like, "Are you sure you don't want to get it?" I'm like, "Nah, let's go with a soda," And but he was like really adamant about it, like not in a pushy way or anything. He was just like, telling me like everyone loves this lemonade. So next time I'm at the park, I will definitely check out the Korean Yuja lemonade, because he had some high praise for it. He said a lot of people really like it. So I just wanted to put that out there for anyone interested in going to Soul Sister. You might want to check out that lemonade, because he was like, he was really what's it called, like bolstering it. So, but George,
anyone that would like Korean Yuja, it would be you.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Oh, I want to say this before we take off today. Today is a very special day. At the time of this recording, January 15th, it is Jenny Kim's birthday. The one and only Jenny from Blackpink. Blackpink was my gateway into K-pop, and it just started a whole fandom for me. I love all these groups now. I'm like neck deep in K-pop. I love it. But Blackpink was my first group, and Jennie is my first bias. She was my favorite in Blackpink, and she still is. And I'll never forget her for that. Right, be my first bias. But Jennie Kim, happy birthday to you. Have a good one. You are a superstar, brilliant, beautiful woman, and someone who I actually respect a whole lot. The more I get to know and learn about Jennie, the more amazing of a woman she is. She's really a brilliant, not just a performer, but a brilliant businesswoman as well. But the Italiano, where could everybody at home find you on social media, sir?
Absolutely. You can find me on X, formerly known as Twitter, at Disney George. You could also find me on Instagram, Threads, and Blue Sky under the Disney Italiano. And of course, you can find me right here on my home base on Orange Grove 55 with Citrus Corner with all that sweet, juicy, but sometimes sticky Disney news and info.
There we go. Everybody at home, comment down below. Have you been to Parkside Market? And specifically, have you been to Soul Sister? If you have, what were your thoughts on it? Were they good, bad, indifferent? We would love to hear from you. Now, this downtown Disney stuff, we're going to be covering a lot here on the channel because they're going to open up a lot of new stuff. We're going to get Portos. We're going to get that steakhouse. We're going to have the 50s barbecue place. I mean, there's a lot coming down the road. So we'll have a lot to talk about here in the coming months to year or so. I don't even know when all this is planned to be done, but yeah, we'll be here to talk about it. Thank you so much for watching this episode of OG55. We would love to hear from you. We are back. Here we go.
Thank you for watching OG55. If you aren't already, consider becoming a member today.